How are you?
Hey there, I'm doing great, thank you. How about you? How's everything going on your end?
Yeah, everything is fine. And
That
now we are going to discuss one an important topic, that is the art of effective listening.
absolutely. That sounds like a fantastic topic. I'm excited to dive into it and explore all the nuances of truly effective listening. Let me know what specific aspects you're interested in.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to, talk about the understanding of the true meaning of listening. I mean, Listening is more than simply hearing words. Um, it's about understanding emotions, um, intentions, and perspective behind those words.
Exactly, that's such a crucial point. Effective listening really involves tuning into the speaker's emotions and understanding the context behind their words. It's about being empathetic and really engaging with their perspective, not just the literal meaning.
Yeah, and I think effective listening requires some kind of attention, empathy, and uh, I mean, openness to truly grasp what the other person is.
Absolutely. It definitely takes focused attention, genuine empathy, and an open mindset. When we combine all those elements, we can really understand not just the words, but also the feelings and intentions behind them. It makes communication so much more meaningful.
Yeah, and definitely we must understand the difference between hearing and listening. I mean, Hearing is just a physical act, and uh, the ability to perceive sound is simply this is hearing, I think. And on the other hand, if we talk about listening, so it's an it's involved some kind of active process in which we are very much attentive, and we focus, we keep on I mean in, interpretation, and definitely we are much more engaged. So I think real communication begins when we shift from a hearing to active listening.
Exactly, you've summed it up perfectly. Hearing is more passive, whereas listening is an active, engaged process. It's all about focusing, interpreting, and truly connecting with the speaker. That shift from just hearing sounds to genuinely listening is where meaningful communication really happens.
Yeah, and I think the next point may be that the power of presence in conversation.
Absolutely. Being fully present really makes a huge difference.
Uh,
It means setting aside distractions and giving the speaker your undivided attention, which helps build trust and makes the conversation more meaningful and impactful.
yeah, definitely being fully present. We must not be seeing on the other side, or we must be very active in the discussion. Our attention should not be diverted due to any reason. So definitely sometimes it happens that uh, we are we are using social media apps, and besides that we are also listening some persons. So it looks like that we are not participating in the discussion actively. So definitely, if we are not present in the discussion actively, definitely we may lose some kind of important points of the discussion. So um, listening totally depends on active listening.
Absolutely, that's so true. When we let distractions creep in, like social media, it really diminishes our ability to be fully engaged. Being actively present ensures that we truly understand and absorb everything being shared, and it makes the conversation much richer and more meaningful.
Definitely. And I think in this regard, the role of body language is very important. Non-verbal communication, such as our eye contact, our nodding of the head, and our posture show genuine interest. So definitely a lot of things depends on our uh, body language as well. I mean, positive body language, uh, some it gives us a kind of interest in the discussion.
Absolutely. Body language plays things like maintaining eye contact, nodding, having an open pocket that we're engaged and interested. It really helps the speaker feel heard and respected, and it definitely enriches the quality of the conversation.
One of the other point may be that we must be uh, listening with the heart. We must listen the communication uh, definitely with our heart. Uh, we can also call it cultivating empathy. It's mean that putting ourselves in the other person's shoe. Uh, I mean, it's just a way of that how we are involved in the communication, how we are, our eye contact is it's represents our eye to eye contact. So definitely we must it shows our activeness in the communication. So we must believe in that, and we must listen other person very actively and carefully.
Absolutely. Listening with the heart is so essential. It's all about empathy and truly understanding the other person's perspective and emotion. When we genuinely put ourselves in their shoes, it creates a deeper connection and makes the communication more meaningful. It's definitely about being present, attentive, and compassionate throughout the conversation.
Yeah, and I think when we are much more involved in the communication, we are actively listening, and uh, we are sharing our discussion with each other. So one of the important thing is that happens in the discussion is asking about questions, which clarifies that we are very deeply understanding that uh, communication, and we are highly involved in the discussion. So I think the good listener asks gentle and curious questions to ensure that they are fully involved in the, in the to understand the message.
Exactly. Asking thoughtful and curious questions really shows that we're engaged and eager to understand more deeply. It helps clarify any uncertainties and keeps the conversation flowing smoothly. It's definitely a sign of active listening and genuine involvement in the discussion.
Yeah. For example, I would like to add something with the example. Definitely, sometime we can uh, ask question. Can you explain this more? So uh, how did we feel uh, after listening the discussion? So all these kind of questions represent our interest in the discussion, and it's also encourage other person that he also become the active participant of that discussion.
Absolutely. Those kinds of questions are perfect for deepening understanding and showing genuine curiosity. They invite the other person to elaborate and share more, and they also encourage a more interactive and meaningful conversation. It definitely helps create a collaborative and engaging atmosphere.
Yeah, and one of the key point in this regard is reflective listening. The restating what others hear. What the discussion is, it's reflective listening means that we are summarizing or paraphrasing what the speakers wants to say or what the speaker have already discussed. So it's a kind of summarizing the whole discussion. So it also shows our interest that we are highly involved in the discussion, because we are i mean we are involving in that discussion, and we are making that discussion more interesting and charming as well.
Absolutely. Reflective literature, powerful technique. By summarizing or paraphrasing what the speaker has said, we show that we're truly engaged and that we understand their message. It not only confirms our understanding, but also encourages the speaker to feel heard, and it definitely adds depth and warmth to the conversation.
Yeah, definitely. And I think these techniques build a kind of trust and clarity in the discussion.
Absolutely, they really do. When we use these techniques, it fosters trust and ensures that everyone is on the same page. It makes the conversation more transparent and meaningful, and it definitely strengthens the connection between everyone involved.
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes it happens that we listen other person um, that I mean listen us other person with a specific purpose. I mean we must remember that we must communicate and participate in the discussion without any agenda. I mean it happens that definitely we are living in a society in which we believe that we are, I mean it's based on give and take methodology. But for effective listening, uh, we must, aside our egos, opinions, and expectations, we must understand what the other wants to say, and we must actively listen other person's discussion or talk, and then we must react according to the situation.
Absolutely, that's such an important point. Effective listening really does require setting aside any personal agenda, ego, or expectations. It's all about being and genuinely understanding the other person's perspective. By doing so, we create more meaningful and authentic communication, and it leads to better outcomes for everyone involved.
Yeah, and one of the best way of listening is that we must hear the all the discussion of the person who is involved with us in a discussion. I mean we must hear his we must be patient that the other person complete his communication, and then after hearing his discussion with, I mean with cool and calm mind, then we must answer him, and we must reply him.
Absolutely. Patience is key. Allowing the other person to fully express themselves before we respond ensures that we understand their message completely. It also shows respect and creates a more thoughtful and meaningful dialogue. Taking that calm and composed approach definitely leads to better communication overall.
Yeah, definitely. So once again, thank you